Here as we get into Class 4, you guys got a real quick glimpse of Brice's one of Brice's entries, 818-1. He's going to have 4 hogs in this class, started by Thriller, 3 litter mates. The first one being catching pen 1 was a Thriller flyby, 90 litter hog, 818-1. Looks like we got Dan Burzloff on assignment showing for Brice today. He's got the 818-3 pig, another litter mate to the one that Brice caught a pen with earlier. We got Grant Conover on 818-2, another litter mate, and Justin Brown on 818-4, Thriller left shark. All 4 boars of Brice decided by the same boar, 3 from 1 litter. Boar in center ring right now on your camera or on your screen. That'd be a Gene Waters hog. That's a Godwin wheels up. Gene's from Leavenworth, Kansas. Really rugged, stout feature type of boar. The Conover hog that Burzloff is driving, 818-3, catches pen 2. And believe the lone hog we haven't talked out here today, 845-2. Young ladies driving. Chad Kremper entry from Cass Lake, Minnesota. That's a Sequoia Cobra hog. It's a Sequoia hog. That's a unique pedigree from the Reed family here in Ottumwa, Iowa. We also have a Schaffner and Wabash entry in here. 881-2, a Godwin cruise control. Grant Conover catches pen 3. The other Thriller flyby. All 3 90 litter boars are in 1, 2, and 3. Ring Help's done a really nice job today keeping these boards apart. Special thanks to Matt Ritter on the boards today. The Chad Kremper entry gets pen 4, and the final Conover entry will take pen 5 for the time being. Schaffner and Wabash entry is going to go in pen 6. And the Gene Waters hog is going to go in 7. Here comes Brice back out of pen 1 with 818-1. This is the board we just caught a glimpse of earlier today. Earlier in the class, excuse me. Really complete, balanced type of a boar. Good muscle shape, good profile on hog. One that certainly is going to be making his way towards the top of this class, without a doubt. 818-3, driven by Dan Burzloff, another Conover entry. Might do a little better job showing the hog, a little more youthful in terms of his appearance. Another really nice, attractive hog from Brice. Comes Grant with the white hip boar out of pen 3. Again, these 3 hogs out here right now are all litter mates, Thriller flybys. That's 818-2. That's the one Grant's driving. Grant's going to go 3. Conover entries are going to go 1, 2, and 3 in this class. All 3 litter mates. Again, we're in Class 4 Berkshire Boars at this time. Class 4 Berkshire Boars. One more class to go. Here's Judge Hinker with his comments.
A nice class of boars here in the Berkshire ring. I'm going to lead off with the boar Danny's showing here. I think he's given up pounds. I will give that, but I think he's a better skeleton hog. He's got more reach. He definitely is better in that hock to the ground. He's heavier in his skeleton. He comes out of that shoulder better. I think he's better headed. Nice boar. He ties up maybe just a little bit in that ham loin. I'd like to fix him just a little there. Now, this hog here has got a running gear under him. He's tall at the shoulder. He's clean enough up through that front end. He's got enough stoutness of feature where he looks like he could tap and generate something down the road. That's a pretty nice Berk boar that has a lot of look and still has the structure that we got to have. Brice's boar that he showed there, I like the dimension of that boar. This boar has a little more grow, and I appreciate that. He's longer, he's deeper, he's got more to him, but I don't think he's as genuine in that blade. I don't think he hits the surface with quite as much authority or bone as our class winner, but one here that's got more production in him. I like that about him. He's dimensional. He's three-dimensional instead of two. I like that about him, and yet you get over the top of him, and he's honest. From his blade back, he's long in his rump. He's a good kind of hog. Next one here is really good looking up through that shoulder and the head, too. I like that. He follows the class winner in terms of the front end, but he's not near as heavy structured or good going away from me as our class winner. I like to make him bigger and kind as well, but front half of that boar is very, very good. I'd like to just change him on the hind, too, just a fraction to make him better. We land in 4 with a really long skeleton hog that's loose made. I like that. He don't read quite as much power at the blade and the way he hooks up into his loin, but he's got a long front end in him. He's long in his body. He's sound. He's long out through his hip. That's a good boar. He's got a good skeleton in him. He's got real practical. He maybe doesn't hit the ground going away from you just quite as secure and spread open and square to the ground as what we had ahead of you. But I really like the length of body, the length of hip, and looseness of skeleton and spine that hog has while maintaining some honest shape and muscle. Well, we've got another boar here that I like really good in terms of when you get over his blade and down his top, he's really, really true. He's got a lot of muscle and carries that muscle down, squares up relatively good. He just gets a little bit wobbly in his hip, the way he swings it just a little bit, so he don't place those rear legs quite as square and true to the ground as maybe you'd like, but really one there that has got a rib cage, a blade, and a top in him, like a really good sire, good kind of market hogs for people. Really got an aggressive pair here. Here's one that is big framed, just not as good in his design. I'd like to change his hock set and quality. Just doesn't square up. He's got inflammation there that's really changing his gait more than I like. And we got a real aggressive boar, somewhat similar in his rear leg. He's got a lot of bone, but the cleanness to his hock and squareness to the ground is not quite as good as I'd like today. But one that if you need one that can go out and just tear him up and breed sows, he looks like he's really got an aggressive attitude to do so.
Once again, our last boar class is coming to the ring. At the conclusion of Class 5, we will be having our scholarship presentations, and then after that, our progeny award recognition here. So we will be doing that before we bring any hogs up to the ring to show for championship honors. So keep that in mind. Again, we'll be giving the scholarship award recipients and recognizing those folks, and then as well as the progeny testing information at that particular time. And then don't forget, 45 minutes after the conclusion of the show, they will be having that progeny review and meeting as well, and that information is there in your catalog. The location for that on the second page there, but basically it's at the Gammon Building, which is the northeast of the cattle barn. So that'll be 45 minutes after the conclusion of our show. Here are the results of Class 4. Congratulations to those exhibitors in Class 4. Class winner was Brice Conover of Baxter, Iowa, 818-3. Second in the class was another Brice Conover entry, 818-1. Third, 818-2, Brice Conover, Baxter, Iowa. Fourth, Chad Kremper, Cass Lake, Minnesota, 845-2. And fifth was 818-4, Brice Conover, Baxter, Iowa.